Here we are with the senior captain and left fielder for the St. Cloud State University baseball team, Phil Imholte. Phil, so far 17-2 on the season. Mother Nature has not liked you guys so far. You've had the majority of your home games. I should say all of them have been in the Dome this year. Even though the majority of the games have been in the Dome, it's been a great start.
It has been a great start. Yeah, it's been a little different. Playing games, with 6 or 7 days break in between them. But, we're used to this. We've played the bulk of our non-conference games away from St. Cloud for the past 4 or 5 years, or at least as long as I've been here. So, nothing extremely different than usual, but we're happy to be where we're at right now.
When you guys have lost, the only 2 times you guys have lost, they've both been 2-0 decisions, really close. And when you guys have had wins, you guys have put a lot of runs on the board, and the pitching staff has been there with you also. It's got to feel really good knowing that you have a great pitching staff to rely on when your bats are going smooth too.
Yeah, we've had a great pitching staff to rely on as long as I've been here, and especially this year they've given us a great start. In a few games where the bats haven't come alive that much, but then hitting's always going to be up and down, so it's just great to have those experienced guys and a few guys who's, they're first-timers here, and they've done a great job for us as well.
Unlike pitching, though, some of those pitchers have time off. They're there pitching for a game, then they're off for about a week, then they come back. You guys are always on the field. 17 games already in, and you still have the majority of your schedule left. Coming in right now and you still have a lot of NSIC competition, how do you tell yourself to stay in the game and not feel fatigued?
It has a lot to do with practicing on off days, and we have a lot of guys who are experienced from summer ball, knowing that just because you're not playing one day doesn't mean you're completely off of baseball. So it's a big part of the game, is being able to stay in and know when you need to separate yourself from the game and knowing when you need to get some extra work in. So that really hasn't been too big of an issue right now, and I think it's something that a lot of our guys embrace.
Tell us a little bit about the NSIC this year. A lot of tough teams. Mankato is probably the first team that comes to mind, knowing they always bring a great ball club out there. And now this upcoming weekend, you're seeing a team for the first time. Their first year in the NSIC, the Minot State Beavers. Tell us a little bit about the competition this year in the conference.
Yeah, the NSIC is a great conference to play in. The last 2 years, Winona and Mankato have made pretty deep runs at the World Series. And they should be strong again this year. Minot State, I personally don't know much about them, but we're approaching this weekend just like any other conference opponent that we'd approach. So, the conference this year, it's a little different because they split it into 2 divisions also, so I'm interested to see how that will all play out in the end. But, yeah, you have to bring it each weekend when you play in the NSIC.
Now let's talk a little bit about summer ball. Baseball is one of these sports where you get a chance to play not only in season, but you have a chance of playing in a different season during the summer. Tell us a little bit about your time with the St. Cloud Rocks and how that helps you as a St. Cloud State Husky.
Yeah, the St. Cloud Rocks was a great experience for me this past summer. Met a lot of new people, got to play under some different coaches, and just experiencing baseball in a different way is always helpful to understand different perspectives. And yeah, it was cool for a lot of our guys to gain experience with the Northwoods League, and it's something that I think will only help us as the season gets closer to the playoffs, and when the playoffs come around, I think that's when the Northwoods and other summer ball experience will really pay off.
Left fielder and senior captain for your St. Cloud State Husky baseball team, Phil Imholte. Thanks for joining me, Phil, and best of luck this weekend.
Thanks, John.